सद्गुरवे नमः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं। हरि ओम। We study this Dhyaana Swaroopam, one of the composition of Param Poojya Guruji, which is there in this 4 text together called Sadhana Sopan or Sadhana Sopan. So after Manashodhanam and Jnanasar, the Dhyana Swaroopam is studied. A very small text, 10 shlokas only, but has very profound definition of dhyana, meditation in first verse itself. Meditation is a subject that has much glamour and much attraction from all. And there are many nuances to this term, many interpretations of this term, and there are so many ways that people say, and this guided meditation, Margadarshit Dhyana. Many times this dhyana is sought for health purpose, to have this BP, the sugar, thyroid, and in case of heart disease, etc., to have health. For that purpose, this meditation is used as a means. No doubt that also happens, because it guides you to live the life with least memory, this least energy expenses, and it replenishes that energy, because in that we get connected to that ultimate evergreen source of energy. Much literature is also available on this meditation. In Chinmaya mission also meditation. Gurudev's famous book is there, Meditation and Life. Then contemplation. In 6 steps meditation he gives. Technique of meditation, essence of meditation. Dhyaana Swaroopam. Basically, meditation is quietening the mind and transcending it. And for these two, various steps and various measures are taken. Here Guruji very simply gives its definition in the first verse. Dhyanam nama swarupasya sahajam bhanamuchyate नैतत् कर्म विशेषं वा सगुणोपासनं जपः. Effortless awareness of one's true nature is meditation. It is not a particular action. It is neither upasana nor japa. So dhyanam, that is meditation, contemplation, is the effortless, means on its own, without any effort, consciousness of our own nature, who really we are. So the ever awakened knowledge of that at the background, whatever we do, so that is called meditation. It is not an action or a specific thing that to be done. It is not worship, etc., or meditation on a form full, a deity with a form. Neither it is repetition of its name or a mantra. And for that purpose, what these things meditation is not, that Guruji will explain in the coming verses. So Dhyanam nama swarupasya sahajam bhanamuchyate. One person asked Gurudev, how much time should I meditate daily? So Gurudev says, 24 hours. So daily 24 hours if we have to meditate, then no time other than meditation is there remains, and therefore means it is continuously, and that's what this definition says. Dhyanam nama swarupasya sahajam. Sahajam means without any effort. So effortlessly it should be there at our background in the mind for all the day, for all the time. And when someone asks that to do an half an hour meditation, good meditation, what should I do? How should I prepare? So Gurudev says, take care of your 23 and half hour day. Then you will be able to do half an hour meditation. So what in you are engaged in that 23 and half hours of the day, what you do, whether that is ethical and righteous life, or if that is not, then those all things will come in this half an hour meditation. If strictly we spend our life with an alertness as per the instructions given in the scripture, then this half an hour meditation will be able to do nicely. Meditation is not a verb, so it is not an action. That's what Guruji says. It is not naitat karma vishesham. It is not a specific act. But still we say, I do meditation. Meditate, meditate, meditate. This is the highest vocation of your life, and man alone is privileged to do this meditation. Infinite are the benefits of meditation. When we ourselves do it, we experience it for ourselves. Many people say that very novel ideas and thoughts, they come when they get up from meditation or while in doing meditation about their field of work. Many untapped potential in us that is brought to the surface, and then it is transformed in the form of performance because of this meditation. For health also meditation is good, but here now we are doing this dhyana for the attainment of that our own nature, that self-knowledge. In Patanjali Yoga Sutra, this meditation is there. Dhyana is one of the practice of those 8 limbs of yoga, Ashtanga Yoga. So out of that, after finishing this Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, after that this Dhyanam comes, meditation comes, and then it just becomes fruitful in Samadhi, absorption, that is the acme. And for that Samadhi, these all things are there. So it is inner spiritual practice. It is direct means for that self-knowledge. Dhyanam, Sajatiya Pratyaya Ekatanata. Dhyanam. When we think on one line of thought that is very elevating, and that is about our noble goal. Sajatiya Pratyaya Ekatanata, a continuous flow of thought on that one object only, then that is called meditation according to Patanjali Yoga. But before that, this much preparation is there. Yama, Ahimsa Satyasteya Brahmacharya Aparigraha, is non-injury, non-stealing, restraint all the indulgence, overindulgence. Ahimsa Satya, speaking truth, and then lastly, no aggrandizement. the least possessions. Yama also Shaucha Santosha Tapasva Dhyaya Ishvara Pranidhana. Cleanliness, self study, contentment, austerity, and devotion to God. Yama, Niyama, Asana, then having a steady, still posture of body in which we can sit for a long time. Asana, then Pranayama, then looking at our breathing, what we take in and out, being conscious about that. Yama Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara. Self-withdrawal. Automatically mind becomes introvert and stays there with a sizable stillness. Pratyahara. Then Dharana. Deshabandha Chittasya Dharana. Practice of putting our mind at one place as if tying it with some idea. Desha Bandha Chittasya Dharana. At one place, keeping our mind. That will culminate into Dhyana, and ultimately it will reach to absorption Samadhi. So in this way, this meditation, Guruji says, it is quite a natural consciousness, natural awareness of our own self, the nature of our, real nature of our own self. That is meditation. It is not action as such. It is not meditation with a form, meditation on the form, or it is not actually feeling or just taking that thing as that higher thing, and it is not repetition of the name or mantra. Further he will say in that each of this term will be explained. So karmotpannam phalam drashtam nashvaram bhinnamatmanah nityopalabdhasvatma hi swarupam dhyatureva saha. The fruit of action is seen to be perishable and different from oneself, whereas the self is ever present and now is the very nature of the one who meditates. Karmotpannam phalam drashtam nashvaram bhinnamatmanah nityopalabdhasvatma hi swarupam dhyatureva saha. Guruji says the fruit or result of the action is perishable, since action has started at one point of time in one specific place, and it will end. It ends at particular time and at that place. Same way, its result also starts at particular time, ends at particular time. It starts in a place and it ends in that space. Karmotpannam phalam drushtam nashvaram bhinnam atmanam. And of course, that fruit is other than me, different than me, because action also is other than me, different than me. Nitya upalabdha swatma. Our own self is ever available to us. Swarupam dhyatureva saha. And it is our own very nature, the innermost self. And it is ever available to it. It doesn't happen that we are there and our self is not there. The word is there, self-forgetfulness or self-conscious. But that self is ever available to it. Nobody steals it. We do not forget it somewhere. It doesn't get distracted. Nitya upalabdha. It is ever available to us because we ourselves is that, and that is our true nature. And that is our true nature means what? The one who is doing meditation is the object of meditation. The meditator is the object of meditation. So the triad is reduced to duplex factor here. So dhyata, dhyana and dheya. So the meditator, meditation and the meditated. So this meditated is the meditator. Therefore only this meditation remains, and that also gets merged. So only one alone without a second, meditated remains there. This meditation is told, Guruji says, the mind that is made of after at least 40 malas of 108 beads every day, when do that practice, then mind gets prepared for this meditation, then it can glide in that realm of pure consciousness. And like ready-made food, ready to eat food, how we bring it and just warm it and eat it. So all other our efforts, they are saved. In the same way, when we do longer time of japa, then this mind is prepared for meditation. Param Poojya Gurudev says that sit erect, have a posture, comfortable posture. Afterwards, just make your back, neck, head straight. BNHS, body, neck, head straight. So when you sit in that erect posture, remember your favorite God, your deity and your teacher. Let your heart melt with the gratitude that you feel towards them. Surrender yourself to them, pray to them for the help in this noble endeavor of meeting ourselves with ourselves. होता दिसांची झाली भेट आपणासी. Meditation is the time when we get appointment to meet ourselves. All the other time of the day, either we are in the stupor, that is full state of unavailability, absence of all the things, and ignorance only, or we are just extrovert, going outward, but never do we meet with ourselves at a leisure. So meditation is that point where we stay with ourselves. So in this way, this first is sitting erect, remembering gods, etc. Then as if keeping all the body still and steady, only with mind we have a round of our body, as if we do it a mental massage. We take our mind slowly and very clearly, very subtly, to our big toe of right leg, and then finger near it, all the toes, slowly that feet, then slowly we come up, then ankle, then calf muscles, then our knee, then thighs. Same way to the left toe, big toe of the foot. In this way we take our mind to each and every limb of our body, and then we relax, even though remaining alert but not strained and rigid. So this is thought massage. Afterwards we pay attention to our breathing, the air that I take. We become very sensitive and we can feel the touch of velvety touch of air in our nostrils when we take in that, without trying to controlling it, just naturally breathing, only conscious breathing. And when we take in that, and then we breathe out. So while breathing out, the temperature, increased temperature of that air we feel. So in this way prana action, looking at your breathing. And while doing this practice, mind becomes calm and quiet to an extent. So after that, looking at your own thoughts, it is called thought parade. Like the Prime Minister and President of India takes the salute of Army, Navy and Air Force on our Independence Day. He stays there, stands there, but the army moves ahead. Each soldier salutes, and then Navy comes. There also all the soldiers salute. So in this way, thought parade. We will just witness the thought. We will be just there, awake and alert, and thoughts will come, stay for a moment in front of us, and they will go. They will make a space for next thought. In this way, at some point, that parade will end. The last soldier will pass from us, our mind, and then there will be peace. And remaining very alert, we can first witness that peace, and then we can identify with that peace, keeping our intellect as a watch on a tower, that no disturbing thought is coming. संकल्प प्रभवान कामास त्यक्त्वा सर्वान् शेषतः मनसेवेन्द्रियग्राम विनियम्य समन्ततः शनैः शनैरुपरमेत् बुद्ध्या धृति गृहीतया आत्मसंस्थं मनः कृत्वा न किञ्चिदपि चिन्तयेत्. Having attained this state, does not generate, does not entertain any thought, at least for some time. So in this way, and then slowly Gurudev says you start, if at all disturbances are there, you start with mentally loud japa. Then with mind only, whispering type japa. And then again silence. And then again praying and offering gratitude, get up from this meditation. So this is art of contemplation, Gurudev has said. So many like these methods are there. Okay, here Guruji says meditation is not this upasana. What is upasana then? He says, Nikrushta vastuni drushti yutkrishta tadupasanam dhyanam vilakshanam tasma yathartha jnana rupatah. Upasana is the superimposition of a higher vision on a lower object. Meditation is different since it is knowledge true to the nature of the self. When we meditate on self, it's knowledge that is meditation. If you are meditating on the Lord, or some sports of Lord, or the form of Lord, or even abstract things like smile of Lord, or his hand, or his feet, lotus feet, then knowledge of that object is the nature of meditation. Nikrishta vastuni utkrishta buddhi upasana. Generally, upasana means feeling that, entertaining that emotion, that in an idol, that ideal states. Suppose we are seeing this dusk, then we say Sandhya Devi. In this dusk, the deity of evening is there, Sandhya Devi. In this fireball that we see in the sky as sun, burning gases, so in that we see God, Surya Narayan, Lord Sun. So in this way, in flowing water, we say it is Ganges, Ganga Devi, Mother Goddess Ganges. So in the inferior object, we project or we superimpose the higher vision, that is called this upasana, a type of meditation. But this meditation on self is different than that. निकृष्ट वस्तु निकृष्टा तदुपासनम ध्यानम विलक्षणम तस्माद यथार्थ ज्ञान रूपतः. Why it is different than and higher than that? Why? Because to see God in that stone idol, etc., depends on that devotee. If some other rational and a person with reason prominently using his intellect is there, he may not see. He will see that it is stone, it is just a paper, it is just a cloth, it is just a metal. He may not see God in that. He may not see God in sun, he may not see God in river. He says it is just a flowing water. And he will get the result also accordingly. If he takes bath in that, his body will be cleansed. But one who projects this divinity in that, he will get his mind also purified and all the happiness also, that yes, Mother Ganga bathed me. So Dhyanam Vilakshanam Tasmat. And Dhyana, how it is called Vastu Tantra and Purusha Tantra. The performer, it depends on the performer whether to project the divinity on that ordinary or inferior thing or not. So it is Purusha Tantra. Depends on that person, what feeling we have to keep. But in case of Dhyanam, it is Vastu Tantra, because as that self is there, as its nature is there, so is the knowledge. That is the result of this meditation. Suppose our tricolor is there. One who is patriot, then his heart will be filled with patriotism after seeing that tricolor. But who is the resident of other country, he will not be, he will see that cloth of a piece of cloth colored in a specific way, but he will not have any emotions for that. So that depends on a person. But here, that knowledge itself doesn't depend on anything. It is called Vastu Tantra. So that as it is known in meditation. Dhyanam Vilakshanam Tasmat Yathartha Jnana Rupatah. Now further Guruji says, Mantraekasya Vartanam Vai Japo Va Karma Yucchate Swarupavasthitir Dhyanam Naitadavrittirupakam. Repetition of a mantra by speech is japa. Meditation is abidance in the self and not a repetition. Mantra, ekasya mantrasya avartanam. Japa or the mantra is an speech activity on the level of speech. Swarupa avasthitir dhyanam, but meditation is getting abidance in our own self, own nature. It is not of the type of repetition. There we don't have to do any repetition. So Shri Ram or Shri Krishna Sharanam Mamo, Om Ganganapate Namaha. So many mantras are there. In Vedas also mantras come. In Puranas also they come, and afterwards in saints and sages also have given in their literature various mantras. Ram Krishna Hari, Jai Hari, Vitthal Vitthal. So in this way, repeating these, that is a action on the level of speech, and definitely that is useful practice. That is to be done to prepare this mind for higher flights in meditation. So first we may write it first, then read it, and then loudly we can do it, and then slowly we can do it in mind, and then afterwards without even moving our tongue inside our mouth, that japa will be pronounced on its own, like a petal and flower blossoms into a bud blossoms into a flower. This petal one by one is opened. Same way, those letters of the mantra will be there in our mind. So in this way, slowly it will take us to this meditation, this chintanam. Then afterwards contemplation will be there on the mantra. And even this repetition of names also, it is said that the repetitor, who is the japa, the doer of this japa, will merge in itself in that name or that mantra. So only that deity which is symbolized by that japa, that name or mantra will remain. That japa itself also will get merged in that. One story is told in Mahabharata that one sage was doing repetition of Gayatri mantra. With some desire, worldly desire, he was doing that repetition. And he kept on doing that, repeated that mantra many years. And afterwards, when that Gayatri deity of that mantra, she came and asked that you ask for a boon. So he said, I forgot for what I have started. I got so much happiness in this repetition of mantra only. So I don't need anything now. Let me do this japa only. Japat siddhi, japat siddhi, japat siddhi asamshayaha. So this japa makes our mind tuned and pure and subtle and focused. And then that mind cooperates us by entertaining and desire to know the knowledge, and then helps us as our real friend. Uddhared atmanatmanam natmanam asadayat atmayo atmano bandhu atmayo rituratmana. Here this atma is mind only. Bandhuratma atmanastasya yenatmayo atmana jitaha. In this way, trained mind is our best friend, is our best colleague. ध्यानम विलक्षणम तस्मात् यथा तज्ञानरूपतः स्वरूपावस्थितिर्ध्यानम नैतदावृत्ति रूपकम मंत्रे गस्यावर्तनम वै जपो वाक्कर्म उच्यते. This japa is either done on rosary by turning its bead. Sometimes people write down how much japa they have done, they do. Sometimes it is done without counting. Machine is also there, which tells you how much japa is done. And sometimes on hand also, karamala. On hand also we can just count and do it 108 times this japa. But main thing is that in that mind should be there, as if that deity is there directly in front of us and we are calling her, we are calling that Lord. So with that love, intensity and devotion and firm determination, so not to think any other thing than this japa for this half an hour. In this way, firm determination of mind. It is said that when Ramakrishna Paramahans at Kalibadi in Dakshineshwar, one of the suburban of Kolkata, so he was there and he was childlike, means though he was realized saint and fully absorbed in that self-knowledge, but outerly he was childlike, guileless, innocent, and as children feel whatever other person is doing, he feel like doing that also. So in that Dakshineshwar Mandir, Kali Mandir, so many ascetics, etc., so many devotees, travelers, they used to come, stay, and then they used to go. So one person was there and he used to do so much japa throughout the day. So this Ramakrishna Paramahans saw that, and he also went near him and said, I will also do japa, give me your mala. And he was knowing his greatness, so he readily gave that mala to him, rosary to him. And as Ramakrishna Paramahansa started doing japa, then 1, 2, 3, enough. Further, 4th and 5th name he could not take. In those 2, 3 names only, his mind got absorbed in that God principle. And he completely got broken from this consciousness of body, consciousness of time and space, and of this all world. So this was the intensity with which he did those 2-3
Jaya Shri Ram, Jaya Raghuram, Janaki Jeevana Sundar
So in
Ram,
this way, this japa is
Deva
always fun, but that is
Ganarchita.
not meditation. Many times we get habitual of doing this, and in meditation also we tend to do japa. But here we should clearly know that meditation is not repetition of names and mantras. We have to stop that, and then in that thoughtless condition, devoid of thoughts,
Jaya Shri Ram, Jaya Raghuram.
alert. And of course, before that, we should have studied this Upanishads, etc.
Jaya Shri Ram, Jaya Raghuram, Janaki Jeevana Sundar Ram, Deva Ganarchita.
Satchidanandam.
Jaya Shri Ram, Jaya Raghuram, Janaki Jeevana Sundar Ram, Deva Ganarchita.
Realizing the self as Satchidananda is enlightened. Satchidananda, the enlightened yogi, ever remains as that self and never otherwise. Swarupam Satchidanandam Vijanan Swatmano Buddha Tishthattevam Sada Yogi Swarupenaiva Nanyatha. So in this way, when one does meditation, one becomes that self, and afterwards he gets abundance in that self, and then he never ever feels that I am this body, I am of this caste, I am of this education and this background and this one, this is my achievement, etc. He never then identifies with anything that is seen in this world. He just become that truth without name and form, which is the substratum of all. The vast cosmos, these all universes are in it. So that pure existence, objectless knowledge and infinite bliss that he becomes. So Rupam Satchidanandam. Now actually one word here, if you pay attention to that, it tells us many things. Swarupam is our own very nature, essence. Sat, Chit and Ananda. Sat is isness in all. Everything we feel and know as is. This existence. Then knowledge, that also we see in each and everything. Even plants, animals, insects, birds or reptiles. In all the things it is there, that knowledge. Even only medium to express that knowledge may be primitive or evolved. According to that it will be expressed, manifested. But knowledge principle as such is there. Vijanan आणि आनंद. Ananda is our Swarupa. How? That we'll see in the next class. Hari Om. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha.